Welcome back, my warriors, to more AI the SomniumFiles. Last time we had ended off here with Boss. We had just did her Somnium, which actually took some time. It required you to kind of use your brain on how you would open those doors, and how I think the times for each different path to open changed. The numbers changed, and I think that was the most difficult part of it. You just had to use your time slots wisely and get through it. But now we're here with Boss, and it seems that that's not Boss. It's actually the Cyclops killer, who we still don't know, but we know that they're in Boss's head right now. I have a theory of who they are, but it seems too obvious. Right now I'm going with that is the Kumakura Rohan so far, because we don't know too much about the past, but I want to believe it's him. I want to believe he didn't actually die. His own body was just discarded so everybody would be put at ease with the Cyclops killers, and the other one was put in jail. I want to believe that. So yeah, so let's go ahead and continue and get on with this, because I know y'all don't want to hear me ramble anymore. Alright, give me details. Who are you? Who was inside Iris during the... Okay.
Before I do, there's something I want to hear from you. How did you know about the prototype sync machine? And not only that, you also seem to know what the sync machine is truly capable of. Why is that?
That's...
Regaining your memories, are you? Human memory is fractal. If you retain even a single piece of it, it's possible to recreate the whole thing. Pieces of memories are like roots that grow into every corner of the brain, gradually, slowly, taking its time. I imagine the same thing is happening in your brain right now.
A fractal is a figure with self-similarity. Allow me to explain. See this? Whichever fragment you cut, you will see a similar shape. The whole is made up of its similar parts. This is called a fractal figure. Memories in the brain are similar. That is what he is explaining.
Why'd you say he?
He is claiming that from a few pieces, you can rebuild the memory.
Why isn't she saying they? I know about the prototype from the regaining of my memory. Is that right? If that's true, then the way this whole situation has been working out, it seems like the time flows aren't what they seem to be. It seems to be something more. No, that's not it.
Parallel worlds exist.
Yeah, that's something Iris said. Okay, hopefully, because hopefully the time flow is correct. Goodness, man.
That was me.
Yeah, I kind of guessed.
You imitate her well. From the way you talked and your body language, it was like the real Iris. Earlier, too, you almost had me fooled. Your imitation of Boss was perfect.
Yes, there's a reason for that. Let me define some terms first. A person's memory and sense of self. Let's call that personality. It isn't quite the right word, but it'll suffice. Now, transferring that personality into someone else's brain, let's call that parasitism. The one transferring is the parasite. The one being transferred into is the host. Are you with me so far? Moving on. Even after the personality exchange is complete, the host's memory isn't completely lost. About 1% remains in the brain. So, a parasite could use that 1% to imitate the language and behavior of the host. That's how I knew about the warehouse and Sunfish Pocket, by the way. Thanks to Renju and Iris's remaining memories.
So they went inside the head and completely took over the body, but because there's at least 1% of their brain still in there, that's how it's able to remember what they remember. Okay. Why am I gonna ask her that again?
I'm telling you, it was me.
What's with that crazy face?
Why are you making me repeat myself?
That means the Somnium I entered on Sunday.
That's right. It was me.
She could be lying. A lot of people in this game like to lie. How? How does he know about the original Cyclops killing? Why does he keep saying he? At some point they confirmed the Cyclops killer was a he? And something else was troubling me.
What's going on here?
Saito Sajima. Congressman Sajima's son.
What?
I researched Saito thoroughly, but I cannot find any images of him on the internet. He is listed on the family register, but I cannot find any photographs.
They must have destroyed all evidence.
Fine. I still have time.
Time?
You'll see. So, where do you want me to start?
Did he go into the brain of Date? But at what point would he have been able to do that? I don't know. I can't think of it. But I guess it's Saito. That or they're lying. I had a theory that it was Saito, but so many people lie in this game that I don't really know. Lie or either hide secrets. But hopefully we get to see his real face and body. It's just past midnight on Tuesday. Shoko was killed on Friday. If we think of that as day 1, today is day 5. What was Saito doing those days? I decided to ask him. Okay, so Friday and... okay.
Like you guessed, my personality was in Shoko, Renju's ex-wife. That made calling Renju easy. I need to talk to you about something. He came over without question. I think it was around 4 p.m. I had him meet me at the chemical plant. I made Renju go to sleep. Synced, switched personalities, and then stabbed Shoko's discarded body with an ice pick. I took Shoko to Bloom Park by car, using the old abandoned subway line. Must have been around 8 p.m. by the time I was finished. I tied up Shoko to one of the merry-go-round horses. After that, I used Renju's phone to send a Nile message to Mizuki.
Mizuki, Daddy got caught up in something serious.
Then, I just waited for Mizuki to arrive. Until next Saturday evening, my personality was inside Renju. My next target was Iris. I knew she would be suspicious if I asked her to come to Kawasaki, so I asked her to come to Sunfish Pocket first. I called her a little before 5 p.m., and she arrived just after 6. I greeted her, then convinced her to come with me. That's when Ota saw us. Anyway, I put her in the car, then headed to the chemical plant. On the way, I made her take a sleeping pill. I knew she might run once she saw where we were going. It was around 7 p.m. when I got there, and I wasted no time switching bodies. After getting Iris's body, I used a rolled-up apron to strangle Renju to death. Then I put his body in an empty oil drum I'd prepared earlier. I put that in the trunk of the car, then headed to Sunfish Pocket. But then, something I didn't anticipate happened. Waiting for the signal in Akiba, someone knocked on the window of the car. It was Ota. He asked me something about being able to drive. He was surprised, to say the least. I didn't have time to waste on him. But I couldn't risk him finding the oil drum in the trunk. Plus, if word got around that Renji's car was spotted driving around Akiba, that would foil my plans. So, I came up with a lie. I told him that I didn't have a license, so he had to keep it a secret. That's what that thing referred to in Ota's Nile messages, by the way. And just like that, I managed to escape a bad situation and headed to Sunfish Pocket as planned. The rest went exactly as you already figured out. Sunday morning, I had a recording or some such thing scheduled. Oh, I am of course referring to Iris. I didn't want to draw suspicion, so I decided to attend as planned. I went to Lemniscate and performed my job. And when I left, I ran into you, Date. To be honest, I was a little surprised. Just the previous night, I was a parasite in the body of Renju. I didn't think Ota had seen me. So, of course, I didn't expect to see you there so soon. You were onto me, but there was nothing I could do about that. If I ran, it would only increase your suspicion. So I decided to play my role. The interrogation began around 8:20 p.m., is that right? Then you synced into my mind. But you didn't get what you were looking for, did you? As a result, you had no choice but to release me. I didn't want to go home right away. I knew there might be police waiting for me. That would make it difficult to sneak out at night. And that would put my plan in jeopardy. So I asked you to take me to Marble. I tried to find an opportunity to run, but then another unexpected event occurred. I got a Nile message from Ota. I knew I could use him. So I told him I needed his help and to meet me at Marble. He did as I instructed him to do. After that, I got into the van with Ota. But because his presence was unnecessary, I asked him to stop at a convenience store to buy me something to drink. When he was gone, I took his car and drove to my parents' house where I used to live. Yes, the Sajima residence. Of course, I knew I couldn't just walk up and ring the doorbell. Hello, Father, it's been a long time. I was also in Iris's body at the time. But I thought I could use that to my advantage. So I pushed on the intercom and sure enough, my dad invited me inside. I told him this. I want you to come with me. There's something I need to show you. He was quiet for a while, but eventually agreed and got into the van with me. We arrived at the prototype sync machine around 11:50 p.m. By the time I was in the body of Sosajima, it was a new day.
Continue or go to Monday? We'll continue.
This was yesterday, early Monday morning, past midnight. In my new body, I drugged Iris, put her in the van, and drove to a new location, Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. I arrived around 1, then prepared for the show for a couple hours. Of course, when I say show, I mean dismembering Iris. Because of the temperature in the warehouse, it took longer than I expected to prepare, but... well, you saw it in the video. Of course, I didn't anticipate Ota would show up. What does that make it? 3 times that brat has showed up unexpectedly? That annoyed me to no end, and I took that out on him. Dressing him up in the polar bear was an impromptu plan on my part. I didn't mean to make you think he was the killer. I just wanted to throw a wrench into the investigation. Didn't matter if you found out or not. This all happened Monday morning. I left the warehouse around 3:30 a.m. There isn't much to talk about on Monday. Before noon, I used my old man's body to call this one Boss. You might not know this, but she and my father go back about 6 years. The two shared a terrible secret.
Was she also one of his girlfriends?
Hinting at that was enough to get the boss to come running to me immediately. I injected her with a sedative.
You know what? I gotta think about it. How old is Sejima? Yeah, it may be possible.
Then brought her body to the chemical plant. I synced with her, exchanged our bodies. And after blowing my father's brains out, I cut his body into pieces. I stuffed the meat into a vase I'd brought earlier, then drove back to my house.
Saito spoke with grace and no sign of remorse. That's because his plan is still ongoing for some reason. And I think Date is the target. I was trying to keep my anger from boiling over and kept asking him questions. Oh, we're still asking him questions, okay. Why didn't the distinct victims resist after waking up? Why did you take out your victim's eyes? Why did you display the bodies of the way you did? Okay, why did he take out his victim's eyes? Probably make it seem like it's a Cyclops killing. Why did you display the bodies the way you did? Probably, that's a good question. Why? Why didn't the distinct victims resist after waking up? None of them really resisted, even when we were inside, so I don't see how that would help us.
You know all about the prototype sync machine, don't you? That should explain it.
I knew. The prototype sync machine differed from the one at Abyss in a few key ways. Yeah, you need an eyeball for that. So yeah, aside from just wanting it to make it seem like the Cyclops killing, for some reason the other sync machine needs eyes, something we still don't know about. The machine at Abyss is more sophisticated. The nano cables from the sync gear enter through the gap between the eyeball and the socket. They then travel down the optic nerve canal to the brain. But the prototype sync machine isn't so advanced, and this game keeps freezing. To perform a sync, you need to remove the left eye. So the cables can get directly into the brain? Wow. Manually. The subject and the seeker have to remove their eye from the socket. Otherwise, the cables cannot enter the brain, of course. Of course, even with the eye removed, severing the connection to the brain isn't necessary. The extracted eyeball still has the optic nerve and blood vessels connected. After it's synced, the eye is supposed to be replaced back into the socket. It's supposed to be safe. Side effects are rare. Unless the nerve or blood vessels are damaged somehow, replacing the eyeball isn't too difficult. Okay.
To harass you. I wanted to bring out the hatred in you.
Why?
That's why I called Mizuki to Bloom Park. That's why I streamed Iris's murder. Because they were important to you, weren't they?
Mizuki, yes. Iris, not so much.
I wanted you to feel cornered, trapped. I wanted to punish you, Kaname Date. Of course, I don't really care about eyes. I don't need them. All I cared about was exchanging bodies with the sync. And for that, I needed to remove the left eye.
Why didn't you just put the eyes back when you were done?
That's obvious. Once I was finished transferring into a new body, the old one was of no concern to me. Why would I bother replacing the eye? I was just going to get rid of it anyway.
Okay, where are the eyeballs that you removed? Why didn't? Okay, that's not really a great question to ask right now, but we'll ask it anyway.
Shoko's is in Renju. Renju's is in Iris. Iris's is in Dad. Dad's is in Boss. Their stomachs, I mean.
Oh, so he basically fed it to them.
You sick bastard.
Yes, I ate them. Immediately after exchanging personalities.
How horrible.
How are you able to do that? It must taste disgusting.
Ah, the prototype sync machine has a special feature. It administers a strong dose of sedatives to the original body, and a stimulant to the host after a sync. That kept them docile. Homicide is my hobby. I have a tenacity for it, what can I say? Of course, it was also necessary to make sure people kept their mouths shut. If I took over someone's body, they would know about my crimes. I couldn't risk them reporting me, so I killed them. It was also a matter of revenge. Against you. It's personal. That's why I chose people close to you as targets. Well, except for my father, of course. That was personal to me. But don't ask. It's embarrassing.
So, all this is nice and all, but there's one person you haven't talked about, and that's number 89. Where is he currently? Is he back in jail or did he run away? And what does he know about Saito?
This series of murders was like a journey for me, you know, traveling through bodies to finally reach the end. That's the thing about traveling. You always wind up in the same place, don't you? Where do you think that is?
Oh, is he with Hitomi? Yeah, probably with Hitomi. No, because Boss was with her.
You're home. A trip is only complete once you return home. The same goes for me. When I return home, my travels will come to an end. So I'll be needing it back. My body.
What?
You stole my body. You took it from me 6 years ago. That's why I want revenge.
What are you talking about?
You have no idea what it was like inside my own head. I miss it. I miss my brain, Date. No matter how many people I killed, it never worked. I never felt happy. I feel miserable.
You mean?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oh, that's right. My old body. How are you finding it, Date? That's what I've been telling you!
But I don't have the same oxytocin deficiency you did.
That's because your brain's, I think, mechanicized. You know, because you have Aiba in there, and she goes in there, I guess, not to recharge, but to connect to your brain, I guess.
That is because I regularly supplement it.
Ah, that's the dosage. That would make a lot more sense. It was always a question, what was that dosage she was talking about? He said, maybe I gave you too much, maybe I gave you too little, and it makes sense why Date acts like he does, I guess.
They must have increased your dosage too much.
No, but The person who had this disorder was number 89, the original Cyclops killer.
That is what I believed as well, but we must have misunderstood. Pewter did not specify who exactly was imprisoned, only that one of the original culprits responsible was currently in prison.
That's strange.
Yeah, see, that kind of makes more sense.
That would mean number 89 is the previous chairman, Rohan.
That must be it. Rohan is a parasite inside number 89's brain.
Oh, okay.
Pewter must have known that.
No way.
I was confused. I didn't understand any of it. That's why I thought. So Rohan did, I guess, switch brains. So 89 killed himself, I guess, probably doing everything he did. So yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. I get that. So 89 is Rohan, and Date is the original body of Saito, which is something I already had speculated, but they just confirmed it this episode. So
let us determine the specifics using Saito as our starting point.
I never really believed that Date was in his actual body, and it all came when So Sejima and the one with Mizuki, when Date was taken out in the Mizuki route, he said his father, meaning Saito, no, not Saito, So remembered who Date's body was, and that's why he said to be killed by your own father. Now, that's the one thing I noticed. I said, wait a minute. Wait, I'm related to him? But I guess this explains a lot. That's nice, that's nice.
Whose brain was he in before Boss?
So Sejima.
And before So?
Iris. And before that, Renju. And before that, Shoko.
And before Shoko?
I was a parasite inside Rohan's brain 6 years ago until last year. I'd lost most of my memories. I was a shell of a man. They housed me in a special hospital, but I still had those fragments of my mind left, just as I explained earlier. From a single piece, you can recreate the whole. I took my time, slowly regaining my memories. 1 year ago, I remembered everything.
But that would mean Rohan's body is still alive. Wait, no, 1 year ago. He died 1 year ago. Okay, that would make more sense.
I left the hospital and immediately sought out Shoko Nadami. I got her body, and she was in Rohan's. When she saw herself in the mirror, she lost her mind. She was confused, panicking, running up the emergency staircase, and then...
That's why Rohan committed suicide.
Was Shoko an idiot? I'm just saying, that seems like a very extreme thing to do.
After that, I spent a year perfecting my plan.
Well, Mizuki, unfortunately, how everything worked out, your mom dying, your father dying, all these murders, all of them were a plot of a plan of a massive deranged killer. However, your mom, she died in the most idiotic way possible.
Using Shoko's body. I spied on you all this time. That's why I know everything about you.
Yeah, that death is really... It feels like that's not good writing. She just ran up the emergency staircase and off the side of... That doesn't... If Saito pushed her off, I would like that more than her committing the suicide, because that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I really don't like that. I think that's the one death I don't like right now.
In that body you are operating right now, in that skull.
Wait, how'd you get out of this body? That's the real question we need to answer now.
My personality lived there.
Wait, hold on. If what you're saying is true, what about my personality?
It was in Rohan.
I'm not Rohan!
Correct. It is just as he explained earlier. Number 89 was in Rohan's body.
Are we number 89? Oh my goodness! No wonder! Hey, number 89! The reveal has happened.
In other words,
That's my real...
It would explain a lot. Yes! Yes, it would explain so much! Why we remember Iris, why we remember all these things, why we didn't have to have memories. It would make a lot of sense! Everything fits together! And more memories flooding back in. And this game likes to freeze a lot.
Sorry, but time's up. I want my body back. It's quite simple. Sync with me and stay inside my mind for more than 6 minutes.
And if I refuse?
I know that you won't. I know it.
Huh?
Date, look! This is streaming live!
Damn you!
If you give me back my body, I will give you the location.
But that will mean nothing.
Oh, and of course, it isn't the chemical plant in the Kawasaki district.
I noticed.
Iba, where's the source?
it is being routed through numerous IPs. I cannot identify the source.
Pewter, contact headquarters, now!
Got it!
Now, what will you do?
And also contact Mizuki. Tell her that Hitomi's in trouble. You know, the outlier that I'm pretty sure Saito isn't paying attention to.
Will you agree to my request?
I'll do it. I won't do it. Oh, nice. Okay. I kind of want to say I won't do it, but I'm pretty sure. Let me go ahead and save first. Alright.
Date, I'm hurt. Don't you care about what happens to her? Do you understand the gravity of this situation? A bomb is strapped to her body. You're too stubborn. Or maybe you're just cold-hearted. You want to see what will happen when her flesh burns and tears and scatters? If you aren't quick, you'll see the whole thing. You know I'm not bluffing, don't you?
I didn't agree, no matter how many times he demanded it of me. I refused again and again. And when I saw it, I understood. Man, those bombs were pretty strong. They evaporated her whole body. Boss's body rolled into the corner of the room. I didn't want to think anymore. Anything. Nothing. I closed my eyes and ran my palm across my face. I could taste blood. Bad end. Alright. So yeah, guys, that was the bad end. It seems like this is happening now. It is unfortunate, but I have a save, so... Well, actually, we can just reopen the investigation, right? Nah, because I think we'll have to go through the interrogation. Well, let's see. Saito spoke. Okay, so yeah. Let me go ahead and reload the other save. Alright guys, we're back here, and now we're gonna obey Saito. I wonder if you do it 4 times and say on the 4th time I'll do it. I'm pretty sure nothing will change though.
Date!
See? I knew you wouldn't refuse. I know you well, don't I, Date?
Police Headquarters, Tuesday, 4:28 a.m.
I did it. I did it. I'm back. I got it all back.
Hey, where's Hitomi?
All right. I'll tell you as promised. Boss's house. However, it might be too late by now.
What? Why?
Return my body and I'll tell you the location. That's what I said. I didn't lie. I kept my promise.
You bastard!
You're the one who injured that body. It's your own fault, really.
Damn it!
Be seeing you.
Date! Are you alright?
Thanks, Aiba. Aiba's voice barely resonated. My eyesight was hazy, a heap of broken images. Sweat was building on my palms, which we shouldn't be able to feel because we have gloves on. It felt like my throat was closing up and I was struggling for breath. In my ears, the blood rushing of my heartbeat was the only sound. Sorry, I read that weird.
Everyone's dead.
Shoko, Renju, Iris, Ota, Hitomi, Boss. The flesh remains, the mind is lost.
I couldn't do anything. Saito had me right where he wanted me. Nothing.
Parallel worlds exist.
The words suddenly echoed in my head. I couldn't remember who or where or why it's Iris, but I thought there was such a world. Then me in that world, I as another.
Could I have had?
I prayed that I could. They're not finishing their sentences. I felt my consciousness sink into a dark abyss. Alright. I don't know what end route this is, but I know that this will probably be the end of this route. So yeah, learned a lot this time about who Saito is, about the connections of the deaths, but really, is that it? Is the reason he wanted to do all this was to get his body back? I mean, come on. That's it? Wow. Well, I had expected Mizuki to actually make some type of move, but she probably wouldn't have been able to. Maybe she wouldn't have known. Yeah. I guess the true route is actually going to be that one last route. So yeah, this was the information route, I guess you could call it, where you'll get the whole story in one go and understand what's happening. But now question number 89. Number 89 is Rohan. So that would mean No. Because that route's different from this route. That route we knew about Monaka's EY's body. But why did Saito kill her? I don't understand that. Maybe because of his brain deficiency? I mean, that would kind of make sense. But why her specifically? It doesn't matter. All we know is that Chogo is dead and she died very terribly. Which I still don't like how they did that, but yeah, whatever. We're starting to get near the end, you guys, so let me go ahead and pass this and see if there's anything past this credits. Annihilation route. End. Alright. We have the one last route to go. And if that's true, the next episode will technically be the end. So yeah, guys. Next time we'll be going to this day 5 route, or day 6, since this is when that's happening. But yeah, a lot of revelations made and a lot of things understood. I think we have probably one more sync to go through. Let's see, I got the pictures for that one, this one, even this one. Let's see, this one, go down. Oh, okay, I'm missing one from here. That would make a little bit more sense. This one, got that one. Got that one. Let's see, up here. Got that one. Down here. Got that one. So, if anything, there'll probably be one more sync that we have to do. Or, this will be the only one for me to finish. But that's just for a trophy. Next time we'll be going on and continuing here in day 6. And then we'll end it. And if anything, if it's real short, I'll be able to show you guys the files that I have unlocked. Unless I don't unlock them all, because I haven't unlocked everything. Meaning, there are probably certain things that I haven't clicked on or talked about. Which would really suck. Let's see. Is everybody alive in this route? Yeah, I think everybody's alive in this route. Aside from Monica EY. But yeah, next time we'll be going over here, you guys. But yeah, guys. With all that said, I'll see you next time.